For Complex News, I'm joined here by OT Genasis. OT, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't call it.
Nah, I love it, man. How you been holding up during this quarantine? Has it been getting to you a little bit? How you feeling?
At first it did, maybe like the first the first 2 months.
Yeah.
Everybody shook, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm just like, I gotta deal with it, man. We gotta deal with it.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. For sure. It was so funny doing my research. You know, the nickname itself, Out of Town for you. Now you can't go nowhere. So it's just like, it's ironic how that shit is. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Can't go nowhere.
Can't go nowhere. But you've been tapping into your creativity. I noticed the I Look Good video. Yeah. You're at home. Walk me through how that creative came about.
Man, I wanted to, like I said, I had to work with what I got. You know? I'm always about like being like creative, doing something different. Like it's easy for me like to like make like regular big records.
Mm-hmm.
This one is kind of like you want to quarantine. Yeah. I had to make something that was like, I wanted everybody to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Some happy turn shit that you could do in the house. You know, get in the mirror and do. So I was like, man, let me do that. Come up with a video concept. You know what I'm saying? When I shoot a video, I make sure, I shoot it in the crib. And I just had to try to be as creative as possible. You know what I'm saying? And have fun at the same time.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed about your career is you've done a great job of making a song that's very catchy for social media, whether it was dominating on Vine, now it's kind of happening on TikTok. So when you're in the creative process, are you thinking of those things?
Let me tell you something. So I have this thing where like, when like in LA, they're like, damn, like you love party now. I love party. But while I'm in a party, it's like, I always like, had this crazy ear for music, so I hear pockets, I hear, and when I say I hear everything, I hear everything. I know what's gonna ring off and make these people go crazy. I know how to make a creative chant, you know what I mean? A musical chant, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But when I'm in the studio, I'm kind of like, I don't know, man, my studio sessions, man, is just, I'm actually just drinking liquor, man, and having fun. I ain't really, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't think too hard, because when you think too hard, that's when you catch it. Yeah,
for sure. And I guess that just liking to go out and just liking to be around people kind of gives you that sense of what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. So right now, I'm like, they're like, oh, OT, give me like, I'll give you like a week, a record like this, and it's gonna be, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Give me like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think you're underrated in that aspect of creating a hit and creating a single?
I mean, in some type of way, yeah, but then no, I still get like, I get the respect from my peers. Right. And it kind of like, I don't want to say it means more than fans or anything like that, but they understand, we all have something in common, and they understand. So for them to look at me and be like, damn, how you did it out? No album out, you that, how you just keep, you know what I mean? And you got your jewelry like this, you drive these cars, you did, you know how long it took that kind of love, like, that's what means the most, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought the really shit that you said was, how can you tell me I'm wrong if Beyonce said that I'm right? You know what I'm saying? That was the real shit. Like, how can you ever tell me I'm wrong if Beyonce said that I'm right?
Well, when I dropped Everybody Mad, it was DJs that was like, yo, I knew what it was, you know? Yeah. But I think sometimes, like, when people hear something from you, expect that all the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that just get repetitive for me, so I can't do that. That's why, I can say I'm like a fan of like Drake, because he's always trying a bunch of.
Right.
But what was I talking about?
You talking about Beyonce and how she was saying it.
How can I forget that, right? So anyway, I dropped the record and whatever, and everybody's like, most of the DJs, a lot of DJs, I was like, this is not the original OT that we know, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? If the record is hard, it's hard, you know what I mean? So I was upset about that, you know, and then one day I had a show in North Carolina. Yeah. So I went to North Carolina, at a show, and I'm going to the after party.
Right.
Bro, when I tell you my phone was going so stupid, right? On my way to,
wild.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So in your mind at this point, do you think somebody is hurt back home or something happened back home?
No, it's just because it's like, bro, the way that it was like all different kind of people.
It just didn't make no sense, right?
Oh, you know, when you got your phone on the aux cord, you know what I mean? I'm like, stop calling me. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Going crazy. Then I just started seeing like, I think my brother was at home at the time.
Yeah.
So Beyonce just did your shit at Coachella. I'm like, what? So I had to call him. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. When I say that it was going crazy.
Going wild.
Yeah, crazy. So that right there, then I had to go look it up and see what was going on because I was late.
Right.
I had to look it up, and bro, I was like, I don't know why God keep blessing me like this.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
No, that's amazing, man. Has there ever been any communication between you and Beyonce since then? Have you reached out? Has she reached out?
No, not really. When she did, like it was a couple years ago when she did.
Yeah.
She reached out. No, I think they. No, they did reach out. They reached out to management at that time, and I think because they were going to use it on tour.
Right.
You know, they were letting us know.
Yeah.
But one day we'll meet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, good conversation. I know that's a good conversation. I'm like, she used my record twice.
So okay, so since you kind of anticipating the conversation, what's probably the first thing you're gonna ask her when you see her?
No, the first thing I'm gonna say is, "What's up?" I'm trying to reach my hand out and give my hug. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, but the first thing I might ask her, man, is, "How did you hear about me?"
Right.
You know, or how did you? It got to be something like that because I'm so curious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how did she use an OT song twice? I'm like,
hey, listen, she got a good team, man. She tapped in, she plugged in, she knows what's going on.
And so then after that, all the DJs was like, even some DJs that I know,
Of course.
it was like, we had this record first. Da-da-da. Looking like, yeah.
So do you just like play dumb in that aspect and it's like whatever?
You know what I mean? I don't hold grudges. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, you don't like it, you don't like it. You know?
Yeah.
But when you get that kind of confirmation over there,
crazy. So when I was doing that research, it led to another thing. So I went to some Twitter just to see what people were talking about. And I thought somebody made an interesting point. I don't like the pocket watch, so I need you to answer this as the best way you see fit. Somebody said that OT is cashing out so much on these singles, there's no desire to put out an album. Is that partially true?
It's partially true.
And that's what I figured in this time of quarantine, because you seem comfortable.
Yeah. But now I'm like in a place where it's like, okay, well, I understand, okay, there's money and then there's growth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in order for me to grow, obviously I'm going to have to put out a project and do what I do and run around. And went on tour with Chris Brown, Wiz, did all kind of stuff, all singles.
Right. That has to be like crazy to you, right? It's like I'm doing all this all singles. Yeah. So when can fans expect the album? Well, or is it this R&B album that you're talking about on Instagram? August. Okay. So I guess it's a little bit of both, rap and R&B, or just rap?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay, OT. I mean, you showed the vocal range. You shown it before. It got you in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Do you regret how the Keyshia Cole situation unfolded? Because I feel like you started it from a, I guess a fun place, and it just kind of went left.
Oh, fun place, man. And I'm actually a fan of Keyshia Cole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just turned into, I guess I got caught up like in my old ways. Mm-hmm. You know? Cause it's like when you do something out of love, you know what I'm saying? And it's somebody that you look up to, and you do something out of love, and if somebody look at you like, mm-hmm. You're like, damn, I didn't even know it was like that. And everybody else was like, it wasn't like that. But then it just started going, you know.
Yeah, it got wild quick, and I feel like in many ways both of y'all crossed the line. In some ways, it just got left real quick. Have you reached out to her personally and spoken to her at all?
I I reached out to her. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to her and I apologize for, you know, the way that it went. And, you know, talking to, you know, being as disrespectful as I was, and I you know, I just, you know, send a prayer to her and her family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How was her reception to that conversation?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want nobody to feel like, oh, he's doing this to. I reached out personally. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my bad. Da 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 da. Like, nobody got to know what's going on, but
right, for sure. Yeah. How was her reception to that? Did she appreciate that?
Yeah, she was like, "Thank you. I appreciate that." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I'm glad y'all were able to settle that and kind of just get back on peace, and we can just kind of keep it pushing. For you, it seems like you've always had this great sense of humor with your craft and with your music. You don't take things too seriously, but you still, like, you know, you take it serious enough to respect the craft where it's good, but you don't really like take yourself too seriously. Where does that come from? Has that always been a part of your personality?
Yeah, it's always been a part of my personality. That's why everybody, my friends, everybody, man, we need a TV show. I'm like, what?
Oh, so you the dude they'd be like, okay, OT, chill out, bro, relax. So you that guy.
Yeah, I'm always about like having fun, positivity. You know what I mean? All that. I come from where I come from, but I'm always like in school, like I'm like the class clown. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I already know. Yeah, you was a situation where you and OT, y'all can't be partners in this group. So now y'all got to split. Yeah, I know the vibes.
You got to go sit over there.
Teacher already know. She already know what time it is. Yeah, nah, facts, man. I get it, bro. I get it. Late last year, you appeared on the Therapist show on Vice, and I thought the way you unpacked just the things you've been through, the things that you go through in your life was very, very refreshing, especially as a Black man to be able to share what we go through. How enlightening was that experience for you? Was that something that you really took away from?
Man, that was really, really, like, really dope for me, because I never been in that situation before, or never been here, you know, in that place where, you know, you're sitting and talking to a therapist. And I'm kind of like, okay, it's like an interview, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you start talking and going deep, you know what I mean? And the conversations get very, very deep. It's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? We really talking about some stuff. That's why even tears drop, because I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is real, but it was a great experience for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Be vulnerable, you know what I mean? And,
yeah, I think it's so important for Black men to be able to express those things, express those emotions. Because you know how a lot of times growing up in places we grow up, you kind of get chastised for saying what you feel and being maybe too emotional, and you get how that can be. Yeah, you get how that can be, man. OT, final question for you, brother. If you had to give fans something that they could take away from this album that's coming out in a couple weeks, how would you sum it up? What can they expect? What's the vibe you hoping to give across?
Yeah.
I can get with that. You know what I'm saying? That's a great explanation right there. I want to buy it already. Just said lit. Nah, I love it. OT, man, appreciate you stopping by and chopping it up with Complex News, man. For sure, man. Continue blessings and success and just health to your family, man, and stay up, keep doing your thing.
You got this interview shit too, by the way, man.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. You have a good one, bro.
All right.